The male body is the default. It's always been in just about every aspect of life, from crash test dummies to office air conditioning. But nowhere is that more dangerous than in medical research. And one doctor is using his voice of change to make modern medicine more inclusive.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Women make up over half the U.S. population. So why do they only make up 30% of clinical trial patients?
Primarily because of major concerns around women of childbearing age and the side effects of potential new drugs on babies yet to be born. Women also have these hormonal changes on a monthly cycles, and that can affect the data analysis.
And because women are underrepresented, Dr. Harsha Rajasimha says, 1, there are fewer treatments available for diseases affecting women only. 2, like this study from UChicago found, women are overprescribed. And 3,
the drugs that are in the market tend to be less effective on women than in men.
Another challenge, only exacerbating the disparity, women are harder to recruit. Dr. Rajasimha says that's because women often have the double burden of working and childcare or caring for older loved ones. And those commitments can make it difficult to commit time to studies and research.
In traditional trials, patients were required to go into a brick and mortar hospital or a clinic where clinical trials are conducted by physician investigators. And every time, whether there is any medical procedure or not, even for routine follow-ups and checkups, patients were always required to go into the physical site.
This is where decentralized clinical trials come in. Patients do nearly everything needed for the trial at home. Dr. Rajasimha's company, Jiva Informatics, has been helping pharmaceutical companies navigate the process for about a decade now.
Patients need not always go to the site at all, or sometimes with the reduced travel burden, either because they are able to fulfill the responsibilities and obligations through telemedicine and remote video calls and other wearable devices and sensors.
Dr. Rajasimha, like many in the medical field, believes DCTs will help address more than just the gender disparity,
but also various other diversity parameters like race, ethnicity, underserved communities, including people with disabilities, low socioeconomic status.
Dr. Rajasimha told me, yes, DCTs offer a way to address inequity, but it's not the remedy for everything because the digital divide is still a factor. It affects many of the groups he just mentioned. But clearly, I think many agree this is a step in the right direction to make healthcare more inclusive. I was just baffled. The more he was telling me about the number of drugs on the market right now for so many conditions, heart conditions, high cholesterol, are tested for men and not on women.
And what's crazy is it's still happening.
And it's still happening. They're making progress, but it's still a big problem.
But a lot of that has to do with our lack of trust, too.
As well.
In the medical system. So, yeah, it's kind of, they're multifaceted.
Yeah.